Yeah, so the reason for that warning, I don't know if you've seen any of my videos before, but this is a photography channel. Largely I make videos about photography tips and tutorials, and normally I include some of my sort of natural stupidity because these videos can be sort of quite dry and technical and I don't want them to get boring. But the meat of the video is always about the photography, and that was the aim for this one too. I don't know what happened. Is Upper Falls here in North Wales, and I am absolutely soaked. You can tell it's been raining quite a lot, can't you? Yeah. And also you probably can't see my upper body because, you know, full camo. I'll put a coat on. You see me a bit better now with the coat on? I'd imagine so. It's pretty tough to see me when I got the camo on. Now, camo is obviously a pretty vital part of nature photography and just being in nature and blending in. I would argue though that it's not the best approach. Come on. Hurry up. So this is a micro four thirds telephoto lens. As you can see, it's very small, it's not weather sealed and it's raining, so I'm going to hurry up explaining this, but usually you'll see lenses like this, much bigger lenses, DSLR full frame lenses, strapped to the front of a wildlife photographer's camera, and it'll be covered in like camo tape or something so they can stick it out of bushes and blend in to their surroundings so that they don't look too out of place. And the reason I don't think that's the way to go is that sort of rather than blending into the environment and the animals not realising you're there, I think the better approach is to sort of attract the animals. So what I like to do instead is just cover my equipment in bacon. As you can see, this lens isn't covered in bacon. That's for two reasons. I don't typically cover my stuff in bacon in Wales, and that's because the predators here would eat me alive. But even if I was confident I wasn't going to bump into predators, I made the mistake this morning of cooking the bacon, which well, I ate it. What? Sue me. Yeah, I mean, patience is a tricky one. You've got to keep the frustrations at bay, so you've got to collect enough water, you've got to have enough food. Yes. And you've got to keep clear of tropical insects, which in the UK is a tricky thing to do, hence this bad boy. Yeah. How you doing, you alright? Yeah? Yeah, good. Yes. There's a honey buzzard. Or a really fat seagull. I've not got very good eyesight, I need my glasses. As you can see, I found a great little spot to pitch my tent at. My tent is up, you can't see it because it's camo, so just like you can't see my t-shirt, you can't see the tent. But it's great, it's not particularly flat, this spot, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, all that matters is that I can walk in and it's sort of like one of those Harry Potter tents, you know, you go in, it doesn't look that big from the outside, but once you walk in there's like living rooms and kitchens and bedrooms, and it's awesome, it's perfect. It cost me quite a lot of money, but that doesn't particularly matter because what a lot of people don't realise about me is that I live out here sort of full time. You know, I do have a house, but I only really use that for sort of sleeping and working and seeing family and friends and Netflix and eating and a few other bits and pieces. But the rest of the time, I live out here, but there are some times where I don't even have to bother putting the tent up. I just come across ready-made accommodation, and I'll show you one of those spots now. Here we go, welcome to paradise. Now you might be thinking, why hasn't he started a fire yet? You know, I've only just got here, but I also don't need to start a fire because I've got this. This is a lighter of sorts, and it works sometimes. doesn't always work, which I think adds to the fun, but I can use it when it does work to boil my water and cook my food. And the beauty of it is that it takes days rather than minutes, which you know, just gives me some time to contemplate my decisions. But this place is great. I mean, some of them are watertight, and as you can see, there's plenty of room for me to sort of manoeuvre about and just enjoy being out in nature and thinking about photography and life and decisions, as I said. Oh! Oh. It keeps going out. It's probably a bit too comfortable actually, this one. I'm not sure I want this much luxury. I feel like it's cheating a bit. No. I think I'll go home actually. Get back to really roughing it, you know? Well, that has started to rain, and rain's always fun when, especially when the place isn't watertight. That's my favourite. No, I'll go home. Yeah, I'll go home. Where are they all going? I know. I don't know what happened. Basically, for 5 hours, I didn't do anything sensible. I did get a couple of photos. I mean, they're not really anything to write home about. But, yeah, other than that, I mean, I guess one of the points I made does really apply to photography, and that's patience. I know a lot of people at the moment who are sort of aiming to go out when they go out places and they want to get sort of 20, 30 really good photos, and I say that you're better off aiming for 2 great photos. There's a bit of a thing in the photography community at the moment about aiming for 10, 11, 12 really great images a year, and I think there's a lot in that. And if you get 12, you can make a calendar. Watch this space. Aside from that though, I know this video has been useless. I'm sort of hoping to consider it just a stepping stone on my way to creating good YouTube videos. Please don't unsubscribe, and thank you very much for suffering through that. Oh, forgot to boil it, didn't I? Oh.